What's going on, everyone? We have to cover Bitcoin because, as you can see, Bitcoin has pumped all the way up to 66.7K, all the way from the lows that we just now hit, all the way down at 59.2K. So we have pumped all the way back up there, and now that is a 4.6% gain in the last 24 hours. So it's pretty big. We're going to talk about where I think this is going next. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. As you can see here, we're getting rejected at the top of this bear flag. And this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday. I was talking about how this bear flag is inevitably going to have, that top range is going to be that rejection point for us. And that's exactly what's happening here. We're getting rejected at the top of the bear flag. Now, the real question is, when we pull back, are we going to have a strong enough rally to push past 68K? Or is it not going to do that? There are some people that think that it can and that it will push past it, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But me personally, I think that we are still going to have this pullback and still going to inevitably have, a larger drawdown for this year, right? And a lot of people are switching bullish right now, right? But I'm staying at the same stance until I see some evidence that it should be bullish. Now, this is the 4-hour chart. This is the percent R trend exhaustion. As you can see here, this is the white line. This is the short-term trend up here. And then we have the blue line down here, which is the long-term trend. Now, this is slowly but surely increasing. So what this means is once we get this pullback right here on the short-term trend and they intersect right here, the real question is, are we going to continue to dump both trends, dump downwards from there? Or are they going to intersect and then just cross upwards and, pump? Now, there's been instances where exact same patterns like this has formed, but I don't have any brought up right now. But all I can say is that whenever something like this does happen, usually it'll go up, right? Usually it'll start going up a little bit. So we'll see what happens with this, because this could look like us going through this bear flag, hitting all the way up here and then getting rejected down here, and then, almost breaking out and then dumping, right? Just extending this all month, right? Just for the rest of the month, having some sideways movement like that. So anything like that could happen right now on Bitcoin. We're getting a good amount of buying pressure on the 4-hour chart, but we are pulling back right now. You're starting to see right here those little lightly green shaded candlesticks. That just means that selling pressure is coming in now. So we're seeing a little bit of selling pressure coming in. So we'll see how much selling pressure. We'll see if it's as much as this right here, because that selling pressure right there, it was selling pressure, but we were still grinding upwards. So we'll see what happens with this. We'll see if we get selling pressure, but then start grinding upwards with that pressure. So we'll see what happens there. And then we have the daily chart right here. And we are starting to see the buying pressure come in here. But we've seen this time and time again where we've just randomly went right back down after selling off on the percent R trend exhaustion, completely oversold, but just randomly went right back down and then had to retest it and then try it again, right? This happens a lot. And I wouldn't doubt if it happened again, right? I wouldn't doubt it. So that's why I'm keeping a close eye on this. And this right here is still bullish divergence. So overall, it's a bullish. We're building bullish divergence, but we're still having to create these lower lows, right? We're creating higher lows on the MACD, but we're also creating lower lows on the chart. So that's why I'm like, be careful. This could be a trap. Because as that buying pressure starts to come in, well, what happens when that selling pressure kicks in? Well, when that selling pressure kicks in right here, now this is going to be the next higher low on the MACD, right? And that is simultaneously going to print out another lower low on the chart. So then we're going to get another lower low, no longer there, but it's probably going to be down here around 50K. So that's what we got to watch out for here with Bitcoin. I still have the same stance here for that.